I'm joined here by the man of the hour, Lawrence Okolie. He's got his upcoming fight against Tony Yoka just in under 2.5 weeks' time, April 25th in Paris. How you doing today, Lawrence?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking.
Really good. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Not bad at all. It's great to see you deep in the middle of training camp. I know you've moved over to Manchester for camp. Are you at Gallagher's gym in Manchester?
Yeah, I'm here just working hard,
How is
chipping
training going so far?
away every day. It's going really well.
You're in everyday training. What's the
Yeah,
sparring
every day.
like at the minute?
Yeah, it's been good. I think I've been really firing on all cylinders in sparring. But it's about what you do on the day that matters really. But yeah, if you talk about sparring, I've been putting in good work.
And what are your plans going into this fight? Because you in January you were holding the belts, you were in the snow, you were in your fur coat, you were trying to call out Agit Kabyle, and now you've got this signed with Queensberry against Tony Yoka. Is this for you your comeback fight in the heavyweight division to go and seek someone like an Agit? Is that what your plan is?
Well, this is sort of like I see it like a semi-final. Tony Yoka's a good fighter, good level. He's not world's top 5 or top 3 or whatever. But he's a top fighter, Olympic pedigree, he knows how to fight, knows how to box. He's been on big stages before. He's got a lot of positives going for him, especially as the fight's going to be in France. So he's actually going to be the home fighter. So
Yeah,
it gives me a lot of motivation going into the fight, and it also gives me a lot of preparation. So going in and beating Yoka would be great preparation for going and beating Caballero in Germany. So it's all just pushing in the right direction, getting comfortable fighting abroad, getting comfortable being the underdog, getting comfortable being in there against someone who's naturally maybe bigger and would believe he's stronger. So yeah, let's see.
You're looking to clear out the Europeans here, aren't you? You're coming in France, going to fight there against Tony Yoka. You're looking to head into Germany, into Agit's backyard, and fight him over there. Is this to get you where you want to be? You've just been ranked number 10 by Ring Magazine, so you're number 10 in the world in heavyweights. Is this to get you into the top 5? Is this what your aim is?
Yeah, I'm trying to be top 1. You have to. A lot of boxing is about timing as well as skill and ability. So it's like, okay, the real top heavyweights that were around with experience, with pedigree, were obviously Usyks, Tyson Furies, Anthony Joshua, Wilders. They're all getting to the tail end of their career. I'm not too far behind them, but far enough that I'm still in my physical prime. These lot are all 38, 37 years old. Some of them 40. So it means that there's opportunity there to kind of become the number one in this sort of mini era. So that's the aim, beating Tony Yoka really pushes me in that direction. Agit Caballero is number 2. I obviously can't overlook Tony Yoka, but Agit Caballero is number 2. So winning those 2 fights puts me in top 2, you'd say. Do you know what I mean? So then it's who retires, who doesn't, who fights who, what happens. It's going to be an amazing year, but it all stems off of what I do in 2 weeks' time.
So are you feeling like, in comparison to some of the heavyweights you just managed, do you feel like all the fresher, the younger heavyweight prospect fighter who's really coming in at the moment, whilst a lot of these guys are probably at the end of their career? Do you feel like you're the young British up and coming heavyweight that people are sort of rooting towards at the minute? Because, like you said, we are sort of losing the heavyweights as they've been around on the scene for about 10 years plus, and they are sort of, like you said, in their late 30s, 40s now.
Yeah, kind of. Well, to be fair, obviously, I've been a world champion twice myself, so I'm definitely not a up-and-coming prospect. I'm more so, as a heavyweight, I'll be fresh. I haven't been in loads of heavyweight wars, bashing each other up and whatever else, and then taking damage. So in that sense, I'll definitely be fresher than most heavyweights currently. But it only takes 1 or 2 big, hard fights to kind of, take some wear and tear. So I don't know what to really pitch it as, but I think I'm just kind of in that bracket of, okay, well, show and prove. If I'm able to show and prove what I think I can do to these heavyweight guys, then 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 we're in for a big shock in 2026 and 2027. Because I think there's not many people that, of course, people say, oh, it's wild card, maybe. But I don't think there's many people that are pegged like, yo, Lawrence is going to be a world champion at heavyweight as well. So I'm just really eager to sort of prove myself right in that aspect.
You're looking to prove those people wrong, and you're looking to really come in strong into this division. So Tony Yoka, if you get past Tony Yoka April 25th, and then there is on the cards an Agit Kabayel and towards the summer, what's the dream fight end of the year or 2027? Could we see like an all British heavyweight fight? Maybe someone like AJ?
I think I would love to be in all these British fights. The issue is that the risk reward isn't there for these guys, so I'm not even getting the calls, because in the boxing circles, if you talk about people that are in the gyms, coaches, managers, other fighters, they all talk and they all know how dangerous I really am because the stories go around and you just know. Like, and also I'm very experienced as a cruiserweight and I've been a world champion. I'm not scared of any of these guys, so they all know it's a hard fight. So I think the only way I can get these fights is by becoming undeniable. And the way to become undeniable is winning stuff that is undeniable. So beating Tony Yoka pushes me one step closer to Agit Kabayel, which would be for either the full world title or the interim. So winning those two fights, now you're coming back to Britain with something to show, the spoils of war that I've taken over Europe. And now it's like, okay, me and the winner of Wardley Dubois, me and Anthony Joshua, me and there's no one that it's no longer viable. And it's more so they're now asking for the fight as opposed to me constantly knocking on the door. So it starts with Tony Yoka, it starts with putting it all on the line in 2.5 weeks where, I think I have to be careful because they are dodgy over there with their decisions and the way that they do stuff. So I need to really go and stamp myself on the fight and go from there.
So, like you said, it's going to be on his home territory, his home turf. So you're really going to have to take the fight to him. Is that? I mean, I know you're not going to give away your game plan, but is that the kind of plan of action to really put the pressure on him in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to see how it feels on the day. I could talk all I want about I'm going to go and do this and that, but ultimately, I think that the fight is won a lot easier if I'm the one, setting about him as opposed to letting him be an Olympic champion boxer. I got to show him why I managed to get to the Olympics with such limited fights, why I've been a world champion with the experience that I've had, just because of character, because of like, a lot of physicality and stuff like that. So I'm going to go demonstrate that. I don't want to do a pick for pick. I'll do a little bit, but the whole fight can't be you go, I go, you pick, I pick. It's got to be I'm coming to show you what time it is. You can try and, show me, hey, look, I've got, we'll see. And then my aim in this fight is really to show this guy's going to be the biggest guy I've boxed. He'll probably be 250 to 260 for this fight. He's 6'7". He's long, got long arms. He's a big guy, so big muscles, low body fat. Probably gonna have a lower body fat percentage than me, but way more. So he's gonna be all out and out a bigger guy. So I want to show through him to these heavyweights. I've carried a lot of power up with me. I've carried a lot of speed, a lot of skill. So let's see how you heavyweights get on with it.
What are you coming in at the moment? What weight are you at right now, Lawrence?
I think for this fight, I'll be like 255, 250, yeah, 255, that kind of range. I think I'll come in at a little bit lighter.
How do you adapt into this weight now? Because you were cruiserweight. You've moved up to heavyweight. There's a lot of people that have done this. Evander Holyfield, Alexander Usyk. They've all been really successful. Do you feel much stronger at the weight now at 255?
Yeah. I mean, I've been all the way up to 270 something. You know what I mean? So it's like the weight isn't really a thing. A factor. It's more so with this fight. I'm conscious that it could go 10 rounds. Of course, I'm aiming to stop it, but it could go, the full distance. So I'm preparing myself physically for that. So the weight does come off. When you're doing the sort of stuff you do to do 10, 12 rounds of fighting. So I feel good. I feel really strong. Like I said, in the gym, it's the most damage, the home and people can't do 3-4 rounds, it usually turns into a KO on the night. But I still got to manage myself for the next couple of weeks. Don't overdo it. Don't injure yourself. Don't burn out or leave all the goodness in the gym, and just go out there and just be explosive, be strong, be powerful, punch hard, punch often, and just break a man's spirit basically. 100%. I think. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. I think I'm gonna have to. The guy is 6'7", as I said. He's a good boxer. He's got a good jab, good uppercut, good. When he's on top, he looks really good. So it's like if I'm not putting in my best performance, then I'm giving up rounds and giving up ground, and it starts to look a certain type of way that I don't want it to look. I want it to look like the bigger guy is in there with a monster. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know Tony Yoka is bigger than him, but Okolie's a killer. That's what I want. I want by the end of this fight them to say, obviously, yeah, I'm a good boxer, blah blah. But I want them to say Lawrence is a killer. I think it will be a middle round stoppage. I,
Okay.
I think the first 4 rounds will be very competitive, very tough. I think he's going to be game. I'm going to be game. He's going to be sharp. We both trained hard. We've both been to the Olympics. He won the Olympic gold. I went to the Olympics. So it's going to be a good old, boxing match. But when we get from rounds 5 to 8, that's where the damage is going to be done, I think, and that's where I'm going to get the KO. I think there's no two ways that's how the fight's going to go. I think it's just where it is. Boxing, everyone's good for 3-4 rounds. Everyone's a good boxer and sharp and and the adrenaline and all that. But as soon as that's gone and it's just me and him staring at each other, but like throwing punches, I think I definitely want this win more than he does. Like I need it more than he does. So I think when we get into them rounds where it's like, all right, cool, let's have a go. I think that he's going to be in for a surprise because I think currently, I mean, I could say this and you can hear it, but it's like, I think he's going to have the misconception that he's the bigger guy, he's the heavyweight, he's going to push me around, he's going to lean, he's going to hit harder, and what's going to happen is we're going to get in there and then we're going to swap punches, and then he's going to realize quickly, oh my goodness, like this is this is not what I thought it was, and from there,
So
yeah, 100%. Because it's one thing to watch. It's one thing to watch. Like it's another thing to feel. Like they're gonna say, yeah, he can always like his coach is a good coach in Don Charles. They'll say, listen, watch out for his right, but it's different. It's not just my right hand. It's my left. It's when we hit into each other. It's physically draining. It's mentally draining. It's just hard. It's like no one has ever been in the ring with me and had a good time. So I'm expecting the same. In 2 weeks, I'm expecting it to be the most painful fight that Yoka's ever had. I expect it to be the most physical fight he's ever had. I expect it to be the hardest to hit, as well as hitting him as hard as he's ever been hit. So it's like I'm feeling really good. I just need to go out there and do it on the day when it matters. I'm looking forward to delivering big time. Appreciate it. Love, love, love.